looks like nobody's here, which is fine because I think Gemma put the wrong day. She put 23 in 23. Hey, Vixen. Let me turn off my sound there. Echoing. Man, I've got lag. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Let me try to get rid of YouTube. Is that any better? No. Still lag. I've got a lag. Hold on one second. Can you hear me? I don't know if anybody. I got my mics on. Hold on. What is going on? Okay. There we go. Much better. Howdy, Roger, Vixen. Lotus is. She'll show up when she gets up to have a smoke. So how's everybody doing? I should say, how you two doing? I'm just checking everything out, making sure I'm going good. Yeah, it's been a couple, so I didn't expect a whole lot to show up. Cool breeze. Yeah, I was a little lagging there because I had YouTube on. I think son's up playing games or something. Sometimes when he's got 2 or 3 devices going, it's a little slow. You are 5 by 5. Thank you. Actually, I'm 6 by 7. So how's everybody doing? You too? How many people? Let's see if I want to try YouTube one game. I read better, and I don't like using Gemma's stuff. Nothing like good old YouTube. Let's see if it comes through. Am I better now? There we go. I'm lagging every time I turn on the YouTube. I lag a little bit. So what's up, everybody? How many we got watching? No, 5. Well, hello, 5 people. Well, I know Roger and Vixen's on. Hello, the other 3, hello. I'm one of them, probably. So actually, the other 2. Yeah, I just thought I'd give it a try. It's been a while. I was out trying to get things taken care of here at the house. Almost there. Almost down to just money now. Yeah, I am lagging when I use YouTube. That sucks. So let's do this. We'll just get rid of YouTube. See if I come back. There we go. I hate watching a lag. Yeah, it seems like I got 4 watching. I didn't expect a whole lot to show up tonight. I'm sure Lotus will pop in sooner or later, have her body break and smoke break during her sleep. So it's getting kind of having some weird effects here. Just trying to fix it. Oh well. Audio is good. Okay. So I'm quiet. Just 2 people. Anybody got anything exciting going on? Yeah, Columbus is kind of a busy weekend going. I guess there's a couple festivals, and then next week is Comp Fest, which is crazy. If everybody's heard anything like that, it's just basically down at Goodell Park in Columbus. All your vendors show up. All the wild people come out of the woodwork. And that's about it. Everybody getting excited for July 4th. Hung out a little bit last night. A few of us talked about the disaster that was. That's big news right now. Hey, they shouldn't. I'm not knocking them because I like people who take a chance. But that thing was, everybody kind of knew there was something shaky. So, they knew what they were going down in. It's just a shame. But I'm glad, people are willing to chance it, You're one of those few people, you got to be rich to do it, but you'd be one of those few people that said, hey, I actually saw the Titanic. Oh, is that a new Black Mirror? Is that that one series? I've watched a couple of those. They're pretty good. Kind of remind me of a cross between like Twilight Zone and Outer Limits. A little bit of touch of what was the other one? Tales from the Dark Side. You kind of mix those two together. So hello, Mr. C. Glad you can make it. Because we just hang out. I may tell some stories later if we get enough people in here. Got a couple good ones. Now that I'm home, I can go look through stuff. I spent 2 weeks unboxing crap. Didn't realize we had so much crap. You know, I kind of like the ones I saw. I get caught up in about 20 different series, so I slow down, back off for a while. Not much. I'm a movie guy, more or less. Hey, Chris, how you doing, bud? Yeah, it wasn't certified. Never was certified, no. And I don't know, do you know who Josh Gates is? Of course, a lot of people know who Josh Gates is. He wouldn't go down in it. I think he was there for the test. And then he was like, nah, I'm not. Nope. But yeah, I for that kind of money, I better come back. That's all I got to say, because that's a lot of cash. But I give him credit for going. I mean, got the guts, go for it. Sad thing is, you don't know if they, from what I'm understanding, it was on the way down. So that sucks. They may never got to see the Titanic. Trying to catch up with everybody. Yeah, yeah, I liked his other show. You know, when he did a Destination Truth. I really liked that one. Hey, Ann. Ooh, my voice is cracked. Hey, Aunt. How you doing, honey? Still at the beach, huh? Must be nice. Everybody's at the beach. Blue Crossroads is at the beach. Unless he's heading home. I don't know yet. But yeah, I like Expedition Unknown. It's okay. But I did love Destination Truth. I really liked it. I liked it, and I liked that Paranormal Factor Fiction. I wish they'd bring that back. I guess the one guy, the head guy of that, does another series. So, yeah, I did. I liked a lot of the first shows. But yeah, Josh was like, I ain't going down that thing. You can see it in his face that he was not going to not do it. You got to watch that carbon fiber stuff because they still learned a lot about it. It was kind of jinky in the first place. I don't know if I'd have gone, even if I had the money. I'm pretty courageous, but I don't know if I'd have done that. They would have to prove to me that you're coming back. I mean, I don't mind high places, but when you start getting around deep water, I mean, there's a reason why we don't want to know a lot about the sea because you don't know what's at the bottom. You talk about space, I'd be more worried about what's at the bottom of the sea. Oceans. There's some dark places down there. So, how are you enjoying your time, Edna? Hope you're having a good time. Trying to make my rounds here. Yeah, he did when he went with them on one of the test runs, but I don't think they went down very deep. Yeah, I saw that. And I saw his interview. Oh, really? Yeah. See, I mean, you figure 5 people in there. Isn't that what it was? 5 people? The driver and a tour guide, and then the 3. No. I mean, if I knew I was coming back, I'd go. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I had the money and it was able, if I knew I was going to return, I'd go. You know, when you're messing around that deep, dark ocean, man, you don't know what's lurking down there. Hi, Heather. How you doing, hon? We're talking the sub. Everybody's talking the sub now. Having a great time? Good, eh? I'm glad. Should. You deserve it. But I think once everything's done here and everybody's back to normal, hopefully everything will be finished up in the next couple of weeks between me moving and them taking care of some other issues. I think I'm going to hopefully get Dad to go down and see my brother in Tennessee, get him away for a while. Yeah, he is screwed. Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, and they signed that paperwork. They tell them when they sign that waiver, hey, you could die. But I'm sure there'll be all kinds of lawsuits. There'll be other ways to get them. Oh, there you go. And, be a no-go. No, like I said, I would go if I knew I was coming back. It wouldn't bother me. Heck, if I knew I'd go down heck, if I'd love to have been with James Cameron when he went down the Mariana Trench. Hey, there's Blue Crossroads. You both are at the beach. She's at the beach too, Blue. How you doing, Blue? Are you on your way, or are you still down there? Everybody's saying hi to each other. I'll let that happen. But other than that, yeah. I wouldn't mind going down. I wouldn't make a big deal about it, though. Actually, what I want to do is ride in a balloon. That's the one thing I have. Two things I want to do. Two things on my bucket list I haven't done yet. And that's riding a helicopter and take a balloon ride. But balloons seem to be having their issues lately. But I would like to go up in a balloon and a helicopter. Bungee cord. That was fun. I had a blast doing that. I skydived. Not too many people know about that. I kind of did that behind everybody's back. So my hubby and son saw a doppelganger. My son even walked up to her and said, hey, Mom. Oh, gosh. Wow. Yeah, she was just talking about that. We were talking about that a couple times. Yeah, if you find her again, take a pic. No doubt. Yeah, the sub thing, man, everybody's talking about this merciful. The implosion was because it was just weak. It just crushed in. Have you seen the video of when they suck all the air out of a tanker on a railroad car? It just goes, in seconds. And it's just crushed. It's pretty creepy looking to watch because it happens real fast. So they died quick. There was no pain or suffering, which is sad, but good. Nothing worse than sitting down the bottom of the ocean, slowly running out of air. That'd have been a lot worse. No, they were, what did they say, 1,600 feet away from the Titanic. The Titanic. Yeah, they were like 1,600 feet away from it. So I don't know if they got to see it or not. They were probably on their descent down. Now, that's actually a good question right there. And let's see how many people answer that. I have seen a shadow person that was white, but it was more like a smoky. It was white. It was like a white smoke. And it was definitely in the shape of a person. I've seen those before. And it comes off like kind of smoky, like, I wouldn't say like a fog, but it was more like a smoke kind of deal. But I have. If you want to say that, it was a white smoke. In fact, I know a couple stories, but I have to go back and reread those if I can tell them. The ones I see, like again, following people. I've seen a lot of weird stuff. Like I said, I'm still seeing it rapidly pick up. I'm seeing more and more people. Instead of seeing maybe 1 or 2 during the day, I'm now seeing 4 or 5, and depending on where I'm at too. Now I was out running all day today, so but it was pretty much in-car stuff. Run, get out, get back in. Oh yeah, you just suck all the, yeah. Oh, heat it up in the oven. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Nikki. Yes. Mine was it. You can almost see. Oops, did I get the wrong one? Yeah, it is sad. Actually, mine was. You almost want to call it a mist, but it more looked like a smoke. It looked real smoky, like cigarette smoke that was in the shape of a human, and you could see through it. It wasn't like real heavy. Yeah, it does, Chris. It does sound like an elemental. Um, the couple I've seen, you kind of get that impression that you don't. Yeah, I would say that maybe not all of them, but I definitely probably some of them. I mean, the one that I saw, the person seemed real happy and carefree. Um, Seemed very enlightened, saying hi to everybody. So, and then I've seen some elementals that give people a hard time too. So, it came out behind a tree and walked towards me, and disappeared. Didn't get any bad feelings from it, but it was definitely walking. Yeah, hmm I get that. Yeah, I get that. It's much like a person. Yeah. See, yeah, exactly what I've seen. Yeah. So use your imagination. Help for it. Now you're having fun. But yeah, you go now. Everybody's like trying to tear it down, and they were saying, well, the sad thing is, and people are now realizing that the Navy knew what had happened that day, and everybody's saying, oh, they held it because of the trials and stuff. I got to be careful what I say because YouTube's picky. I'm not a political channel, so. But yeah, Biden wanted to use it as a distraction until the court thing was made. Crap. Anyways, but it is sad. I mean, I give him, like I said, I'm not going to knock him for taking the adventure. But when you do stuff like that, you do put your life in your hands, or somebody else's hands. One of the two. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm not. I've been doing a little bit of everything today, so it was kind of crazy. Hands are kind of done. And YouTube was making me lag for some reason or another. So let me try again. Because actually, I see things a lot better on YouTube than I do here on StreamYard. Yeah, well, how do you learn about it if you don't have somebody take the chance to go look at it? Now, we know enough about the Titanic that it's pretty much it is just a sightseeing adventure now. If you got the guts enough to go down, I personally would rather sit on the ship and let them send down a robot and watch it on a video. That would be cool to me. Though I would go down. I mean, if I knew I was coming back, I'd go down. I'm not if I can do it, I'd do it. Anybody, like I said, I've bunny cord, I've skydived. So gotta take a chance once in a while. Yeah, send a drone. Now, see, when you're talking those depths, you really don't know. Like, everybody says it. We know more about space than we do about our own oceans. And I'm telling you, there's a reason why. There's a big reason why. We honestly don't know what goes on out there. It's so dark and murky. Everybody, they training them for space in the ocean. And it's still a whole different ball game down there. I feel sorry for the son. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. But see, like I said, it probably happened so fast. And they were gone. So I'm glad they didn't suffer. Because they probably didn't. By the time they even got a warning, it was done. But it's sad. Yeah, he was scared. He didn't want to go. His dad talked him into it, yeah. And his dad was just trying to give him an adventure. Sad it didn't end the way they wanted it to. I actually, when they first, because I had a funny feeling there was more going on than what they were saying. Because the Navy patrol those oceans and have special stuff out there to watch for submarines and everything. So that's how they knew that day. But, you got to wonder, UFOs hang out there. Yeah, there's it's not just about aliens. There's stuff down there, you got Cthulhu, you got the Kraken. You don't know what's down there. And as far as I'm concerned, there's still probably a megalodon or two down there. Yeah. And it's true, Have you seen the one footage where they were watching squid and that thing goes streaking by real fast? They're trying to say that's another squid, but I don't know. That thing was booking. But they do book fast. Yeah, they probably didn't have a chance to think on them. Probably not. Oh, it's two, squids. We saw when we were in out on Virginia Beach. There was jellyfish everywhere. You're trying to tell the kids, don't play with it, man. You don't know what, if it gets you, they may be dead, but it's still got poison. Not all of them poison, but you still don't want to screw with them. Now, I can guarantee it, and they probably didn't have a time to say, oh, no. It's that fast. It really is that fast. Yep. And then real fast. I mean, before you can even blink your eye, boom. Yeah, because I watched a couple experiments like that, but the one that always sticks in my mind is the railroad train, the tanker on the railroad tracks. When they suck all the air out, it just. Yep. They are known to grow bigger. That's why I still think there's a lot of big things down there. They're not dumb. There's a reason why they're down there and they adjust. There's all weirdness that goes on down there too. So you got to remember there might be a hole too that leads to the what do we call that? The inner earth. The whole world is winding up. We're just at the beginning of the craziness. It's going to get crazier. I can guarantee it. Yeah, it's as soon at that depths, once you hear the news they're missing, there's a pretty big chance they're not coming back. But that was the first thing that crossed my mind. Oh, the Kraken got him. Cthulhu got him. Aliens took him. Oh, and it's just not about Mother Nature. You know that. It's a lot more than that. Hey, New England, how you doing? The bloop, yeah. They were trying to say that was an iceberg breaking in half and crashing into the water. Yeah, right. If you listen to that thing, that's not what it is. No. Didn't they hear some other noises too lately? Somebody else picked some up. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. I'll have to go look. Yeah, people don't stop to think that things were different when in the ages, in the ancient times. There was a lot more oxygen. Things got bigger. Trees were bigger. Everything was bigger. Judging from what they say, they believe that the bloop would have been way bigger than a megalodon or what's the other thing? Like a kraken or a giant squid. You know, giant squids are a lot bigger than what we've seen. They can get huge. You know, if you've seen 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I'm sure there's bigger ones than that out there. Yep, it would have been about 30%. Oh yeah, it would have been a no risk. It had been huge. As soon as they tried to hook that baby up and pull it back up, it probably would have just crumbled apart. So, yeah. See, the thing about the ocean is you really don't know what's out there. I mean, we really haven't. Going in space is one thing, but when you go down in that depths, anything, anything could be down there. You know, and this guy's been down there, and you see some of the weirdness that goes on. And some of those fish that glow, and some of them look pretty scary. Wish I had my book. I didn't know we'd be talking about deep sea because it, you know, a lot of people think there's more than just alien bases. You know, they actually believe there are people out there that think there are cities of mermaids, mer people down there. So anything's possible. I'm dragging again because I don't know what it is about YouTube tonight and running it. I'm watching myself and I'm lagging. I'm going to turn it off. Screw it. Anybody seen good movies? You know, it'll take me a while to catch back up now. I'm watching myself. Atlantis would be cool, yes. Though they believe Atlantis is actually on land somewhere. Some people do. Oh, yeah, easy. There's depths in the ocean that is ungodly. I think there's one part that's like if they stack 22 Empire State Buildings on top of each other, it would barely touch the top of the water. Hold on 1 second, folks. I'm going to cough. I haven't watched the new Flash movie yet. I don't know if I have the courage to. I'm hoping that I at least make it a good day. When I watch it, I at least get the popcorn feeling out of it. Because I love popcorn movies. That's movies where you can just shut your brain off and just go for the ride. Now, I would like it to have been like The Dark Knight. I mean, not The Dark Knight, The Batman, because I really like that movie. To me, that's the way it should have been done in the first place. He's a detective. Make it a detective noir type of thing. Yeah, that sounds about right. I brought my night vision camera, didn't see anything. I couldn't explain. I couldn't explain to myself. Usually, if you can explain to yourself, you didn't really see anything. If you're still there, don't give up. Yeah. Yep. Siren calls usually call the sailors to their depths. You notice I said depths and not death. And there's some great stories out there about the sirens. I'll have to go to the books and pull some good stories out. There's a movie. I think it actually. I don't know if it's a full movie or it was a short story and like a trilogy where this guy finds a piece of a mermaid and starts finding these pieces everywhere, and he puts it, and it's weird, and then he ends up falling for the mermaid. It's messed up. It was a good movie though, but I keep thinking it was a short story, but I can't remember where I saw it on. So Blue must be. Are you still in the house, Blue? I figured you'd be out roaming the beach, causing problems, like a good cop should. Yeah, they go way back. You know, I'm gonna have to find that video, and next time I stream, show the video. This guy, you know where? I don't know if you know. Now I started something, and I don't even have all the information. Anyways, there was this guy that saw a giant on a mountain in Canada, and another guy got his coordinates because he's missing now. He died suddenly because there was all this creepiness going on. And so this guy finds the coordinates that he was at and uses Google Earth and goes to the top of a mountain. There's a shadow of a very tall person and a thing with two antennas. It's creepy. Yeah, and the guy died. Even I have to go back because this happened while I was at the hotel, and everything's. I've got just about all my paperwork straightened back up, but I did take notes, and you know that was really messed up. This guy, you know, first he told everybody, oh, it was a joke, and you could tell he was being coached. But then I thought maybe it was just a joke all the way around, that he was just playing everybody around. But then he come back and he was like, I'm not streaming no more. I'm not lying to you. This stuff really going on. And then he died. It was kind of creepy. But people are starting now to look where he was at. And there is some weird stuff, I guess, that goes on there. People are finally starting to talk. Yeah, he died. He just passed away. I don't think they even give you how he died. They just said he passed. It was just some, what do they call it? I'm not thinking. Well, it was in the paper. And, yeah, it is real sus. Especially when you see the footage of him looking out the window and they're sitting outside his house. Well, there she is. All right, Lotus. Hi, Jules. I figured you'd show up sooner or later. You said you would. Thank you for coming, hon. It does say I should light one up. I haven't had one for a while. Smoke one with you, Lotus. How's that? Probably get in trouble, but I don't care. He was a young man too. Yes, he was. You know. Yeah, and it's really good. I was taking notes, and then we moved, so I had to go back and dig everything back up and go back and look at the video. But when you first start watching, you're kind of thinking, this is one of those story things, and then some things happen that make me realize that this might be really happening. There's another one too. You know how they all of a sudden got the aliens crashing in the backyard. I'm kind of sketchy on that one yet. I need a little more proof. Everybody's having a smoke break. I've been pretty good today. But then again, I've been busy. Wait. I want to see this. Not at all, Mr. Seed. There are mermaid saints in Wales, Cornwall, and Ireland. Mermaids fall in love with human. He saved her life. Okay, yeah. Now, I've heard those stories too, that they're not all bad. Hi, Lotus. Trying to click everybody off. There we go. Yeah, I do. I really do. Even though Mr. BBB 333, I think it is, he has a picture of where they were, video where they're walking through in the backyard. And you can, if he plays with it, I would love. See, the problem about getting anybody's footage now is it's been circulating. You want the actual footage to really do analysis on it, and I think that's what he has. But if he brightens it up, you can see a really tall figure in the darkness. But it's so faint, you really can't tell. But it doesn't look human. But I need more evidence on it. There's no doubt. I need to see something more tangible. Set disclose screen was one place at Ghost. Okay. I'm kind of got a little lost there. But yeah, I need. Yeah, there are two kinds. There's good and bad of just about everything. You know, you can't have one without the other. That's the way I always see it. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. There's not a whole lot to keep up with. Yeah, at least I got 9 people. Last time I streamed, it was bad. I was busy, and I got huffed out, Just too much going on. It caught up with me. I'm hoping once it gets back in the spring, because I still want to do a Saturday show where I show a video and we talk about it. There's a couple of videos I'd love to do. I still want to do some things on Nufflin. Yes. Disclose Screen was one channel that I aired it on. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I didn't know I'd seen it on yours, but yeah, I'd seen the footage. I have seen the footage. I've seen all of it, but it is pretty creepy. Hey, Ralph, what's up? Keep the noise down, the kids. I'm over 40. I can get away with it. I could be like my dad, turned 90, now he just doesn't care about anything anymore. Except coming around. Now, see, Mr. C, I'm not a big fan of Secure Team. That's the thing. I'm not. I know they've had some good stuff, but they've also got kind of a reputation. You know, when I'm a little, I used to watch them pretty a lot, and some things went on and kind of shook me, and I did got a little nosy, and they'd have to prove a little bit more to me for me to take them more seriously now. Yeah, it sounded like he was ordering a pizza. Yeah, he was pretty calm. Yeah. So good to see you, Ralph. And you dirt. See, I'm off tonight. Get off my lawn. That's what it. I could hear that now. Get off my lawn. And I don't think it was much of a lawn. I'd say get out of my driveway. It was pretty much dirt, isn't it, back there? Didn't he run a construction company or something? Yeah, yes, they do have crumbs time to time. I mean, I'm not saying they don't get legit stuff, but they have done some funny business. And after one of the things I've looked into, they're gonna have to really prove themselves to me. I was like the other guy I used to like to watch UFO Disclosure. What was his name? He was out of Dayton. He tried to come back. He didn't make it. He got ran through the ringer pretty good. I stopped by to click the thumb and give you some support. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, after being with kids all day, yeah, I know. I'm glad those days are over and they're all grown up. But I don't know. My son's still here. He can be kind of a pain. You guys have Ralph, you have a good night and have a good rest of the weekend. Enjoy your Saturday and Sunday. I'm sure it is. Now, where you at, Adna? Now, I know Blue's not. Where you at? Down. Where you at? You're in what? North, South Carolina, whatever. I don't know where you're at. Well, one's on the West Coast and the other one's on the East Coast. Let's put it that way. Yeah, well, a lot of them do. There's I can't think of his name either. He did ghosts. He does ghost hunts. Oh my God, now I can't think of his name. And he got busted for kind of they call it highlighting events. In other words, they kind of ramp them up make them scarier than what they really are. But I still like the guy. I still watch him time to time. Alabama. Okay. One's in Alabama. Where you at? Oh, you guys are not fair. Now, see, I don't mind the beach, but I'm a woods guy. I mean, I'd love to go to the ocean. I went to Florida and stayed in Tampa on my spring break my senior year. I loved it there, but not as much as I loved when we went up to Estes Park in Colorado. I didn't want to leave. I did not want to leave. Sounds like it's both places are nice. I like Tampa. I mean, in Tampa, man, you could walk out forever before you even come close to a drop off. I was really shocked how far I walked out, and I was scared too, because you know all kinds of things were passing my feet, and I'm like, deep fakes and the sky is the limit. No, there's a lot. There's going to be a lot of craziness that's going to go on. Good night, Lotus. Back to bed you go. Sweet dreams and all that fun stuff. Say howdy to the hubby. Much love. Oh, it's your first time there, Anne. The ocean terrifies me. You know, I'm not afraid of heights. I would go into space and I would go down in a submersible to check out the depths of the ocean if I knew I was coming back. But there is something about nothing but watery darkness that kind of installs a little fear in you more than empty space, because at least you know you're going to freeze to death before you die. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I know. When we were there in Florida, we rented a little boat, a little boat with a little motor on the back. I mean, the buddy I was with, and we were trolling around in the little coves, and we got in this one that had this really deep hole. And I'm like, dude, I don't like it here. Can we go? I was just waiting for something to come up out of that hole. Oh, you're still thinking about the coast, huh? Well, now see, I don't mind flying. Wings on my back. I would love if my wings worked like they used to. I'd love to fly. Hey, I'll tell you what. Go bungee cording. You're talking about giving your gut and your brain a real good gut check. Your brain and your gut. Do that real quick. Skydiving wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. I was kind of scared at first, and it was like, once you jump, I said, "Here, whatever happens, happens." I went down tied to somebody the first time, which I didn't think was fun. Though I felt like I was a weight. And then the second time I went, I actually got to go by myself. That was fun. That was a little more freeing. I enjoyed that a lot. Well, see, I do watch the Impossible channel. I was actually in his Discord for a while feeding him stuff. He did a video that I sent him a while back ago where I watched one of those bubbles come off the sun, and it's weird watching it. It's kind of wild. But anyways, I sent him one of those and a couple other things. He's a nice guy. He's a super nice guy. Israel, huh? I want to go to the Holy Land. It's one place that I always wanted to go. I'm in Alabama. I'm used to the humidity. I'll tell you what. The East Coast is just humid, period. From Ohio over. Anything from Ohio over east is just humidity. Oh, can you fly a helicopter, Blue? Honestly? Nah, that's two things I want to do is a helicopter and an air balloon. Now, parachuting I loved. Bungee cord I liked. Now, that would be fun to repel from a copter. I'd get to own not only get to fly in one, I'd get to repel from. I don't know if they'd let me do it now. Yes, actually, he's not the only one showing the two suns too. Mr. MBB 333, is it 333? He's been showing a lot of photos where people are catching what look like two suns. No, I'm sure you got to. I'm sure you got to go through the works blue. My dad said he enjoyed it. They didn't get to repel from. Yeah, he said the only thing he didn't get to do in the service was ride a helicopter. He was stationed in Japan during Korea, I believe. Where was he stationed? But he was stationed in Japan during Korea. Said he didn't get to do much. I actually enjoyed both. Hello, Shelly. How you doing, hon? Yeah, it is a binary system. I believe it is. I believe there is two suns. Yeah, it is a binary system. Most of them are actually. No, I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. That's the only thing that frightens me is flying. Now, see, my oldest brother, he's afraid of flying, man. He would not get. He joined the Marines. Uh, when the guy said he cried the whole way there in the plane, he did not want to be on that plane. Then he got there. And Dad says it just wasn't tough enough. He got an honorable discharge, but hey, not everybody's cut out for it. I tried to get in, but due to certain health issues and other things, they were like, "No, sorry." I mean, you got talent. They'd love to take you, but we don't know how much time you're going to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. But I'm doing pretty good now. Just think if I would have gone in there, I probably would have been a lifer. I tried to get in the Marines and the Navy, only because my second oldest brother, was in the Navy. He was stationed on the USS Kennedy. You would have to sedate him. Oh, you would love flying to Japan. Ooh, that's talking about a flight. Wee. And the pretty thing is, they were really understanding about my rocking. Very understanding about it, which was nice. Only had one, just like when I went to Kansas a while back. Only had each time I always have one passenger complaint, which is nothing I can do. And that just happens. A floating city on the waves. Yes, that thing is huge. But then again, all aircraft carriers are huge. The U.S. Kennedy, I mean, they had everything on there. He said, man, that place was cool. I didn't get to go, but my mom, my dad, my little brother went. They did a tour of the boat and everything. He said it was pretty cool. He said it was like definitely a city, a floating city. Yeah, it put you in a coma. Yeah, it was a long flight. Oh my gosh. And I didn't mind it. I enjoyed it once I got there. Like I said, I only had both ways, one person. I think it just made them nervous in me because I was a lot worse as a kid. I'm toning down a lot now. I think hopefully it's my age. I mean, I still real bad at night. It's really bad when I sleep. So if I know if somebody was complaining, I fell asleep in the plane, or I fell asleep and dozed off, got to rocking. What'd she say? Hey, AK, Willie, how you doing? Oh, on the smoker. What you smoking? Smoking a brisket? Ribs? I would like to go to Europe, but I'd like to go on a ship. Yeah, but you're talking about it's a kind of a slow ride, but it'd be cool. Well, actually, what I'm going to do, Mr. C, this here, I'm sorry, folks, I was reading. Actually, what I'm hoping to do is on Saturday nights, I got videos of a guy. I do research. I don't know if you knew this, Mr. C. I retired from it now. I retired January 1st. But I used to do research for a few folks on Telegram and some other YouTubers, and I did a lot of research on like the ancient history, forbidden history. I like to call it forbidden history because they really don't want you to know how advanced the Egyptians were, how advanced the Aztecs were, because they were a lot more advanced than people realize. That timelines have been, let's just say, shifted, and I did a lot of research on that. So there's a guy that actually, I don't think he realized he uses some of my stuff from Telegram, but he does. So I was going to play a couple. He's given me permission. In fact, he wants everybody to play the videos, and he had no problem with me when I asked him. Hey, I didn't tell him. He kind of knew, but he said, "Yeah, go ahead." So Saturday nights here. Hopefully, I was going to do it tomorrow night, but I'm going to wait because I got a few more things I want to get done here, and then hopefully next Saturday, what I'll do is I'll pick one of my favorite videos he does, show it, and stop it and talk about it as we go because he gives little breaks in between. And it's a nice, perfect chance to talk about some cool stuff that doesn't get talked about enough. I mean, we all talk about ghosts and UFOs, but there's a lot more going on than people realize. And and the stuff he uses is the safe stuff. So, YouTube really can't say anything. But yeah, that's my goals. Discord, a lot of them are having Reddit. They're all having problems. I didn't mind Discord on Impossible Channel, but I was on Sean Chasing the Truth with Sean G. I was on his Discord for a while. The Mandela effect, glitches in the metrics is basically the same thing as far as I'm concerned. But I still have, that's an interesting topic. Everybody has different views of it. And then you have definite groups that have different views. Crab cakes. Who's got crab cakes? Oh, man. Crab cakes sound good. Really good. Oh, man, I'm coming in, and I love crab cakes. I can bring my dad. He loves them, too. Crab cakes. We were just talking about that today, too. That's funny. It's nice to see we're building up. I've got 12 people hanging out. All right. Now I have to keep count. Yes, you know what? And that is the one thing I will stand by. I watched that on TV. I watched them put this man, make a big fuss over this guy because he died in prison. I know I watched it. You probably have AS. Ankylosing spondylitis. I got that too. Brain pops too. I would love to. And as I come down, I'd have to come up. So we kind of have to go up on an angle to you. Heck, I'll swing by and bring Gemma too. We'll go right through. I'll go right through Jersey and grab her. She'd get a kick out of that. Know what I saw it goes. I'm sticking to it. That's fine. Yeah, I believe you because that's what I believe. I honestly remember that. Yeah, I know you have. Yeah, showing off, Blue. I wish I had a chance to do all that. I really wanted to get in, but because of my health reasons, because of the rocking, well, back then they didn't know it was Tourette's. They thought it was a personality disorder and a couple of things. I mean, they're real nice. They let me down easy because they actually said, you have training. I mean, You'd be perfect. But because of my health issues and my degenerative spine disease or disc disease, it's like, no, we would love to have you. I mean, I even said, I'll do paperwork all day. But I would love, and actually, I think I would have gotten pretty far. See, now everybody sees it differently, but I remember Mandela being married. Buried. I remember them making a big fuss about it. I remember it being on TV all day, the funeral and the procession and all that. I've been smoking cheese lately. Ooh, smoked cheese. Oh, now you're talking. You're going to give me some of that smoked cheese with some of those crab cakes. I'll be ready to go. And yes, I put a slice of cheese on the crab cake. I'm trying to skim comments here. Okay, really sounds good. Yeah, smoked cheese does sound good. Yeah, see, I was in high school too. Actually, I think I was in middle school, and we watched it in middle school. Not in my house. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. No, cheese on my crab cake. I like cheese on everything. Just about. No, I probably wouldn't put cheese on the crab cake. I'd be honest with you, I probably wouldn't. Mr. C, I graduated in '82 too. So, yep, I'm a graduate of '82. That's funny. Where are you from, Mr. C? Another '82 grad here. No, I probably wouldn't put cheese on it. I might have sliced cheese after. I like cheese and crackers. Cheese and Ritz. Idaho. Oh, hi. Idaho. Send me some spuds. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm a graduate of '82 too. Wasn't the '80s a blast? At that age. See, the funny thing is, when I started my senior year, oh, you graduated in '82 too? Blue Crossroads? Oh my gosh. It was nice because when I turned 18, it was the beginning of my senior year. So I could literally write my own notes. My mom sent a letter, hey, he's 18, he's an adult. He can write his own notes. He's a pretty honest guy. So the '80s was great. I had too much fun. I got married, not too much. In the middle of the '80s, 85. 85. But I had a lot of fun. Too much fun. That was the end of my kickboxing career. It was '82. It was my senior year when I got kicked out for kicking a ref. Well, he asked for it. Got to call kidney punches, man. Yes. In Ohio, we had, in '82, when I was 18, now I was 18 years old. You could drink when you were 19 there. Yeah, I know. Idaho's a little different. But here in Ohio, we weren't allowed to drink until 21. Well, before they changed it to 21. You could drink at 18, then they had what they called 3-2 beer. So I got invited to a lot of parties because I could at least get beer and I can get 3-2 keg beers, which wasn't bad. I mean, you just had to drink an extra couple beers to get a buzz, but I was always invited because they knew I could get the beer. And then when they did away with the 3-2, they went 21 here. And I turned 21. So, and I'm not a big drinker anyways. I do like Long Island iced teas, screwdrivers. I'm a vodka guy. I don't mind a good martini once in a while. Good whiskey here and there, but I don't drink like I used to. Probably about every couple of months I might have a couple drinks. I'm usually a designated driver anyways. The '80s, oh my, yes. Could you have been your old babysitter? I did. That's funny. 86. Try a painkiller. I used to make a drink that people liked. It was great for the summer, and you only needed a couple of them if you finished the first one. Was I'd take a blender, I'd get orange sherbet ice cream, put that in. Then I'd put about a half a bottle of vodka in that. Then I'd take orange crush soda, pour that in there, a little bit of crushed ice, and a little bit of orange juice, and blended it up, and I called it Steve's Slow Screw. And people loved it, man, but it'd give you a headache too if you drank it too fast. Man, so I think I had one about a week ago. I had a Long Island iced tea where I was with some friends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I actually finished it. I don't drink beer too much anymore. I'm a dark beer guy. I like dark beer. You know, I was a dark St. Pauli girl guy. Like Jenny's. The darker the beer, the more I liked it. Molson's. Tennessee. Now, see, I just realized my brother lives just north of the Tennessee border in Georgia, right? Yeah. I'm hoping to take my dad there for a while after we're done here. Dad needs a break from this house. He needs to go and have some fun. Pick up my older brother. Go give him a hard time for a while. Yeah, I'm not an ale guy, but I like lagers. But I do. I like dark beer. I'm a dark beer guy. If I drink beer at all, usually I just have one anyways. I usually sip on it. I can't find a beer that doesn't taste like cut grass. Yeah, unfortunately, I drink my share of beer, but it just was never it. Once I was able to, legally drink hard alcohol, I like mixed drinks. I don't mind a mixed drink once in a while. I was a martini guy for a while. It was always funny. I always like to get all sophisticated with them and be all like, ooh. Yeah, now see, I boil my brats in beer, make beer chickens. Yes, he lives near Cuyahoga. Yeah, Cuyahoga. Oh, about an hour, really? Yeah. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not a beer guy. I'll have one once in a while if I get a craving. I always pick something good. Ooh, now you're just making me hungry. Yeah, it's going on. It's after 1 o'clock and you're making me hungry. Talking shrimp and beer, crabs, sauteed, basically steamed in beer all day. Oh, she asked if you were still an officer. Sorry about that. I was hearing something. I was making sure Pop's okay. Got to play the background. Listen in the background. So, anything else exciting happening? So, did you find a home, Blue? Did you look at homes while you were there? Did you see anything that was nice? Are you looking for a beachfront? Actually, I still wish I'd have moved to Alaska. I was all ready to go to Alaska. I was ready to move there. I wanted to go. And everybody talked me out of it. Just like I was going to join a monastery, and they all talked me out of that, too. And the monastery is not in this country, though. It was in Japan. Still is. And I still have an open invitation. So nothing when Dad goes and nothing happens in my life, I may just go live at the monastery. Finish my life there. See, that's cool, Blue, that you still train. I really wish they would have let me in. That's evil. That is evil. There's all kind of right now. And I can tell you from just the things I see following people, there's not a lot of good in the world right now. There's a lot of angry, not right people out there. And it's a shame. They need to start making peace. No, see, I don't watch news. What I do is I just roam the internet, look for the top articles. You got to know what's going on out there. So, but it's hard to watch. I don't watch local news anymore. I don't even watch the weather. I get all my weather. I do all my own weather. I get on the satellites and decide what's going on. Sometimes it's just easier to open the front door and look out and go, oh, it's raining. Well, there's a video. I don't know if anybody watched. I think it's called Crime Watch TV or TV Crime Watch. There's a 12-year-old girl stabbed her little brother, and watching the body cam of that footage, man, breaks your heart because she don't know why she stabbed her little brother. I mean, she stabbed him, and it's sad. It's just sad. And all she could say was sorry. And it's like, honey, you're too late saying sorry now. Whatever possessed you then left you. I actually did look at a beachfront home yesterday, mainly just to meet the realtor. And I'm seriously considering moving to the beachfront home here. It's not bad. I mean, you got to watch it. It's going to be a rough hurricane season. You know that, right? They're looking at the weather is looking like if it stays in the pattern it is now, they could literally be a train up that coast. So you got to be careful. Make sure you're prepared. You know that. What am I even saying that for? You know that. But no, I know there's all along that area, Alabama. My ex was actually looking at a place in South Carolina, just south of Myrtle Beach, that looked really nice. He sent me pictures. It was pretty nice. But I think they're just going to stay here. If I stay in Ohio, I'm going to find me some land out away from, because Ohio has some nice farmland, some nice, just quiet places down south and up north. Or it's either that or I'd move to Alaska or Colorado. I would go to Estes Park in a second. I did not when I was there. Between the Stanley Hotel, they offered me a job while I was there on honeymoon, and I should have took it because I was a restaurant manager at the time, and they were actually looking for kitchen help, and they were like, "Yeah, we could use a manager. We need about another 2 managers." I was like, and my ex was like, "No, I don't want to leave home." Oh well, I would have stayed in a second. If I would have been by myself, I would have took that job right then. Colorado, Estes Park is beautiful. Beachfront is constant work. I would think so. Yeah, my oldest brother wanted to be a paramedic. He was out doing it all, taking the course, out riding with paramedics, until he saw one accident, and then he said, after that, I just couldn't go back. You got to give him credit for trying, because those are hard jobs. My uncle was a cop. My uncle Jim down in Chillicothe. He was a police officer. I respect him very dearly. He's a good man. A typical Southern cop, big old boy. I watched that man drink a case of beer one time. It didn't even faze him. So I told you he had a problem. But man, he was a good guy. And he was blunt. And I liked him. I like blunt people. Trying to read chat and keep the chat and keep going. Yeah, I wouldn't mind living on the beach. But see, I would have to be inland a little bit to where I'm not right on the beach. Actually, I wouldn't mind going to somewhere in the islands. Hawaii. Or, I don't know. I have a friend that lives in Hawaii now. He says, man, it's beautiful, but it's changed. And Japan, I'd live there in a second. I love Japan too. As long as I wasn't living in one of the major cities, one of the small villages. Oh yeah, definitely. Japan was gorgeous. Some of the islands I got to visit were beautiful. Tried to be an airline stewardess. Ooh, I don't know if I can do that. Yeah. I'd done my share of customer service, man. After I left being a restaurant manager and went to be a printer, it happened. I was pretty much happy to be. Though I did work, I got to be honest. I loved working for Bonanza, Ponderosa. They were good companies. Well, up until they sold, and then they all went franchised. Some of these managers, owner operators. Yeah, people are messed up. You better get used to it. It's like I said, folks. It's going to get crazy. You better hold on to your butts and tighten your seatbelts. I had a friend that was a taxi driver. Some of the stories he told. Whoo. Now, see, that's one thing I haven't done yet either is taking a cruise. I'd like to take one of those cruises where the Viking cruises. I think that'd be kind of fun. Then again, I wouldn't mind going back, checking out the motherland. Yep, everything happens for a reason. You kind of wish you had the beach house instead. Like I said, I would live on the beach if I could find a kind of, not right on the beach, but, walking distance maybe of the beach. Now, see, when you talking the mountains, see, that's where I have a heart. When I went and saw Gemma, I really liked going through the Appalachian Mountains. I got to know them now, so. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. If I see, I'm a boat guy. I don't mind going out on a boat. I'd go fishing. That's for sure. But yeah, I'd live in the Appalachian. I have family from the Appalachian, Tennessee, Kentucky, Appalachian Mountain, Virginia, West Virginia. There, I had family scattered all along those mountains. And then they all came to Chillicothe. I don't know why. Good old Chillicothe, Ohio. Yeah, I had actually my great grandpa, it'd be my great grandpa Griffey, lived in between the Hatfields and McCoys. But yeah, they're all from around in that area. And I don't know when they came over. Apparently, we're of Viking descent, so I had to double check it. My brother double checked it. It all comes out the same way. So, no, so like I said, I don't mind living on the beach as long as I'm not right on the beach. Unless I had my own private beach, that would be different. That's different. You have a good night, Mr. C. Thanks for stopping in. I really do appreciate you coming in and chatting for a while. You have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably go to about 1:30. Just hang out. Gemma put the wrong date. She put 23/23. Only problem is that was Thursday night. Actually, it would have been Friday morning. But that's all right. I'm wondering why the counter's not going off. And I'm like, oh. But it happens. I did that the first time too. Good vibes. That's good. That's cool. Yeah, there's good places out there with good vibes. I wouldn't go to the West Coast if you paid me. The ex goes out there for. She works for. She does like accounting for healthcare, and she actually works from home. The private beach. That's what you see. That's the only way I'd do is if I had a private beach. If I was living on a private beach. But she goes out to the West Coast. They in some area, in one hotel, they told her not even to leave the hotel, just stay within the area. That's pretty bad. I'm trying to catch up here. Now, see, I have friends that go to the West Coast. Now, she's the only one that really tells you how bad it is out there. I have friends that go out there, but I don't know where they go. They always come back and they seem to be okay with it. But they've got to go somewhere up either north or down south. I don't know. Oh, really? Yeah, that's what my ex does. Yeah, well, she used to be an accountant for a computer software firm, and they didn't go under. They sold it after they told everybody they weren't going to sell the company. They turned around and sold the company, and everybody got fired. And that's what she does. She works from home, and then she was working in an office, and then the coup hit, and she liked working from home, and she really didn't care much for the people in the office. Sorry about that. And so they told her to work from home. That she was really her own boss. That she didn't really have to answer anybody. So she works from home. I think she said something about she's 2 years older than me. So she just turned 62. And she's talking about retiring. She does pretty good, so that's good for her. You have Russian ancestry? Rare Viking descent, I believe from Newfoundland. Not Newfoundland. I'll have to go look again. I know I have Norwegian heritage, and then my brother said there's pretty sure there's a mix of all that area. We have a little German in us, but I know most of it is from Norwegian ancestry. I had to look into that a couple times because I was kind of like, now see, that's on my dad's side. My mom's mix of a little bit of everything, a little bit of Irish, a little bit of German. Yeah, she can draw her SS. Yeah, she can. I think she just liked working, but she works from home. I mean, if you can keep working till whenever you want to quit, that's awesome. But she deserves to retire. I mean, she's also taking care of one of my daughter's kids. So, I kind of wish that she didn't have to do that. My daughter's getting back on her feet. Hopefully, the ex can enjoy the rest of her retirement with her hubby. And we get along, so I don't mind talking about her. She's a good woman. She did a lot for the kids, especially when I got real bad and I got crazy. Yeah, it's Viking blood is very diluted. Very in for me. Just trying to catch up, see if I see anything in chat. Now, we were talking about the Flash. I don't want to see the Flash. Disney's bumming. Man, they've had two solid bummers lately, so I don't see Disney going to have to do a total overhaul. Poor Walt would be rolling in his grave. Trying to mix it up here a little bit. Now that I'm getting back in the swing of things. So Vic, so Blue, when are you coming back? Are you coming back like over? I mean, Are you gonna stay down there and really look around, or are you gonna? You said you looked at one. And any other ones down there you liked? I'll tell you what. I would go back to. I would love to move to Estes Park, but I wanted to move to. You sure would. Actually, I really wanted to move to Alaska. I was going to move outside of Nome. Really wanted to go. Really liked what I was looking at. I was just close enough to, not like right there, but just far enough out. Nobody would mess with me. But yeah, I had a nice place. It was nice. Could have survived. Ribs are about done. Oh man, don't come in and say that stuff. I'm getting that. You guys talking food earlier. Now my belly's been growling. We had Jersey Mike's for dinner tonight. Dad was craving a Philly, even though they're not real Phillies. So pretty good. I didn't have one. I'm not a Philly guy. Oh, I still could, but I kind of got my mind set on other things. Now that I've got my credit almost back to decent, I might actually buy this house and take over this house, take it off my dad's hands, so he doesn't have to worry about it. I'm still debating on that. This house does need some work and some love. Though we did get a new basement, new garage out of it and stuff. But Worthington taxes here are just killer. They're insane. I don't know if I like paying that kind of taxes and not having kids in school. Unless somebody comes and live with me that has a kid. Hey, Mike, behold, dude. What's up? What'd you have for dinner? You probably had something good, too. Everybody talking about all this good food. I like good seafood. Some of my diet on it has changed. The Bear Mothers. You say that, and I think of that movie, The 13th Warrior, Vixen. Have you ever seen The 13th Warrior? Has anybody in here seen The 13th Warrior with Tony Bandaz? Where he's the Arabian, and he goes off with a bunch of Vikings to kill these monsters, these creatures, which turned out to be guys who thought they were bears. It's not a great movie, but it doesn't get really the recognition it could have gotten. Hey, if I sleep now, actually, I'm pretty tired. I've been busy, so I've actually been sleeping like a couple hours each night, which is good. But usually, I sleep about an hour and I'm back up again going. I'm getting so much I can't eat much meat. Doesn't really taste right anymore. Now that's kind of weird you say that. I still love a good steak. I still love a good burger, but I do get tired of meat. Sometimes I have to take a break from it. Pain wakes me up. Usually it's the rocking that wakes me up or the muscle spasms. That's painful. During, before, and after, man. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Just think of somebody watching somebody with Parkinson's and then just add pain to that. I'm not saying some Parkinson's don't. Well, I know Parkinson's papers that get like that and don't have it's just more of a nuisance than it is painful. But later, as the disease progresses, it does get painful. I read everybody here. I'm just trying to catch it. 13 words. Yes, it is. Yeah, I actually like that movie. I didn't know that, Blue, until after I saw the movie. Then I had to go back and go, I know I've heard this story before. And yeah. And I actually like that movie. That could have made it a little better. But I liked it. I like it a lot. It's like a lot of people give Pathfinder a hard time. And it's not a great movie. But there's something to be said about that movie and about what really took place in that movie, about the Viking hanging out with them people. Because I always said, I still got friends that say, "Oh, Christopher Columbus is the one discovered." No, Egyptians have been here. The Vikings have been here. There's people who've been here way before Christopher. I can guarantee it. Oh, muscle spasms are the worst. I was fighting something earlier today when I was driving. It's like, stop, man! I can't. I try not to complain about them too much, but they can be a hassle. With mine is the muscle spasms, and then what happens about right after the muscle spasms. Sometimes what will happen right after is I'll get like a real bad Charlie horse right through my whole body. And that's the worst part. Now, when that happens, I'm down. I'm down for at least an hour. Omar Sharif is in that movie. Yes, he is. Yeah, and I showed that movie to my son. He was like, "Hey, this is actually a pretty good movie." I said, "Yeah, and it didn't get the takeoff it should have." We were going through. We started unloading all the Blu-rays and DVDs and all that we had. I still have a ton of VHSs. I still have the VHS for 13 to order. I couldn't believe it. So I got packed away. We decided we broke out the VCRs and everything. We're gonna make the one living room like a gaming, all-purpose media room. We have a den, and then we have a living room. We used to watch TV in the living room when we had the old console television. The big old huge thing cabinet. Made us boys sit up by the channel so one of us could be the channel changer. That television lasted them a while. And then I bought one from, I don't know, who was that company? They were there around before Curtis Mathis rental shops. I had a console TV I got from them. That thing lasted forever until it finally just went. The guy said it's not worth fixing. Nah, see, that's what I always said. I believe you. I totally agree with you. Stab me with an electric knife sometimes. Yeah, it's not as much as an electric knife. With mine, it's a sharp pain, but it's kind of dullness. It's kind of like an ever. It has this is going to sound weird. I get pain that feels like it's got an echo to it. So in other words, when the main pain is gone, there's like a remnants for like an hour after. And it's like, but mine's worse during the muscle spasms and the Charlie horses. Now, Charlie horses, once they're done, they're done. I don't feel too bad afterward. But the muscle spasms, I usually can tell when they're going to start because I start getting this like a numbing, and then the muscle starts twitching, and then it's like, Hey, Milton, how you doing? Good to see you. Glad you stopped in. We're just chatting. That's what we're doing. Letting the conversation go everywhere. We've talked about movies. We've talked about creatures of the deep. Talked about houses on the beach. Houses in the woods. Actually, there's a place here down in Logan, Ohio, that we stumbled onto. We have friends that have a modular home down there. They call it the cabin, but it's basically a modular home. And it's on a nice property out in the middle of the rolling hills of Logan. And it's got a little pond and everything. Me and him were actually out in the woods walking around, and we found looked like an old abandoned cabin. Hunting cabin is what it looked like. And that place was creepy, but if I could buy that land, it was still, the frame and everything was still salvageable. I could rebuild that place, and I'd have been comfortable right there. But that place had a spooky feeling to it. Should have been an actress, they tell me. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. Sorry about that, Anna. Yeah, I've been jacked up a couple times. I don't know how I've survived. But then again, they keep sending me back. So, yeah, I think I'm going to call it here in a little bit. Man, I can't believe we're doing good. 12 people riding high. Hey, GD, have you ever seen the Serpent Mound? Yes, actually, I was just there. Literally just there. I know all the mountains in Ohio. Um, I even know the ones they don't know of. Actually, there's a couple up in a park just north of me that I stumbled on a few years back, and I'm pretty sure they don't know they're there. And I know that's exactly what they are. I've been around mountains most of my life. That's one of my passions, are the mountains. There are some cool ones here in Ohio. The Adena Mound, my dad lives just south in Chillicothe of the Adena Mounds, the Hopewell Adena Mounds. And we always stop every time we go down to see his sister. Always make him stop and let me walk around. I have a friend that's a ranger for them, and he can get us into the areas with after dark. I've seen some good stuff. There's some wild stuff that goes on around those mountains at night. Serpent Mountains, you get there and it's like, oh, this is another thing. But once you really realize where you're at, it's a neat place. Yeah, I do too. Thank you, Mike. I do appreciate it. That's all we do is chat. Like I said, Saturdays, I think, not this Saturday. I keep saying that, but things have been crazy. I really do want to have a Saturday where we watch a video. I pick a couple videos that I like and we talk about them. Hit by a semi. That sucks. I'm going to grab a Dr. Pepper. Go ahead, grab a Dr. Pepper. You have a good night, Blue. You be safe going home and all that. And I'll take it easy. We're not doing one Monday unless I see you chat in her video chat. If I don't see you there, I'll see you Wednesday. Be safe, bud. Of course, I know you will. Have a good one. Enjoy your Dr. Pepper. See, I can't do any of that stuff. The medicine they try to give me for the Tourette's, I won't use half that stuff. I mean, one literally did kill me not too long ago. So yeah, I'm now done. I take, I think, 6 meds. That's it. You know, two of them first. 2 are for the muscle spasms and the tremors. They basically don't do much but kind of chill them out enough that I can deal with them. I have one I can use for an emergency for when I'm really bad. And then I shouldn't be on my medication for too much longer because I got my sugar under control. Had it under control for a couple of years now. And then 2 of the medicines I take, one's like a Nexium, and then another one for the Barrett's esophagus disease that I have. So I don't like meds. They have a hard enough time getting me to take those. And I can't take painkillers. I take them after taking 1 or 2 in a 24-hour period. It's just like taking baby Tylenol. It doesn't do nothing for me. Not a thing. So I don't like taking them. And if they gave me Oxycontin when it was still around, and it messed me up, and I swore to them I'd never take that crap again. What now? Huh. See what you're saying. But yeah, I just have a hard time taking that stuff. So what did everybody else up to? I was what was I going to say? I've been trying to catch up on my movies. I watched, what did I watch the other night? I watched something the other night. And you'll see it's pretty bad because I'm Sometimes I stay up late and I can't sleep and I watch a movie. And then I don't remember what I watch. Yeah. See, the only thing about meds today is the side effects are worse than taking the meds. Yeah, we're just about settled in. I'm now at the point now I'm just trying to put things in place. They're coming out Tuesday to talk about the missing stuff and the broken stuff. My dad's one thing that he's really upset about missing that didn't come back. And then after that, the inspector came out today. My dad has a reverse mortgage. So when the insurance company sends us a check, they send a check with his name and the reverse mortgage company name. So they have to literally approve the check before we can pay anybody. We're at the point where the final inspection was today. He came out and looked. So hopefully they can send us the rest of the money so we can get these people out of the way. And hopefully everything will be done. I'm hoping probably by the end of, if not the end of the month, beginning of July, it'll be done and over with. And we'll just be dealing with the aftermath because I know some of this stuff we'll never see again, which will really, really pisses me off. But what do you do? Yeah, he lost that stagecoach. That his brother built that for him, and yeah, he cherished it. That was the only thing he got from his brother before he passed. And he's really pissed that they keep saying, "Oh, it's got to be here at the warehouse," but they keep saying that. But it's a one of a kind thing. His brother built that. It was kind of cool. I mean, you could tell the guy really sat down and worked his ass. Put a little ingenuity in them to make it look cool. Now, see, I do tests every 2 months. I have to go in for tests. I just watch to make sure my muscles and my nerves are okay. They try to treat me like a Parkinson's patient to a degree. But yeah, they get mad because when I did die on that test medicine, I let them try an experimental drug on me because I was real bad. I mean, I don't think some people realize, my kids have gotten to the point now that if they see me sleeping in bed and if I don't move for an hour, they actually come and check to make sure I'm alive. Yeah, black box warning is exactly what that is too. That's what. But yeah, I'm hoping they'll take care of everything. I really pity him because Dad's been letting me do most of the talking, and now I told him that now it's time for him to speak. So I really kind of pity them when they show up here Tuesday. I guarantee the old man's going to slam them. He said, I'm 90 years old. They can't do nothing that can hurt me now. So I'm going to let them have it. I said, that's fine, Dad. That's fine. I said, it's your stuff. You deserve it back or an explanation. And it wasn't as much the broken mine and Giles' book and collectibles. It was that Dad's stuff missing, little stuff missing. I mean, they brought back tables and tables and stuff and didn't have the bolts with them. They took them apart and didn't give us the bolts back. It was messed up. But I didn't do it too bad. They did a really good job on the garage and the hallway and putting the doors on them. I mean, it looks good. There were some areas they could have fixed a little better. We paid to have the wallpaper taken off, even though it should have been covered by the insurance. They didn't do a very good job there. That job was definitely, pardon the expression, a half-ass job. Give the language, YouTube. I said for 15 hours, he kept checking to see if I was still alive. Yeah, my kids, they do. It's funny because I think about a week ago, I don't take naps. I can't. I'm too antsy. I know my body's because I know if I sit too long, if you notice, I don't really sit still. There are moments that you see me where it looks like I'm frozen. Actually, I'm shaking, and you just can't tell. Or having tremors. When I fell asleep in the bed, and I dozed off, and I was laying straight like this. I sleep sitting up because of the Barrett's esophagus, and because I don't have a valve that closes that off. So if I lay flat too long, I could actually choke on my own spit. And he come in, he said, he goes, you were out cold, dude. And I go, really? And he goes, you laid there for like an hour and a half, not moving. And he goes, Dad, I had to come and check it. He said him and Grandpa was standing there with a mirror over my mouth trying to see if the breath was coming out. I was laughing. But I think I appreciate him checking on me. Yeah, but me being very still for very long is really rare. They thought it was hyperactivity and all that crap. No, it's crazy. I wouldn't wish this on anybody, not even my worst enemy. And I'm now over the last probably 5 years that the doctor's office is coming and going, I have now maybe met 4 other people like me that go through what I go through, that started at around age 2 and just never stopped. So they now consider it a form of Tourette's. What do you say, Kay? Yeah, there you go. The keto life is a badass deck and grilling out. I won't argue with that. One bit. Heck, just good food and friends is always nice to make it life good too. Oh, bummers, Hilton. That sucks. Yeah, my dad had it on his forehead. He took a nice chunk out of his forehead. You want to hear something crazy? My dad was a mechanic for Wonder Bread and Hostess Cakes. He was laying underneath a truck, and they had the engine up in the air on a chain, and he was underneath it working, and the engine fell on top of him, and the chain caught it, and it was literally laying on his chest. If that chain would have broke, it would have literally crushed him. He come home, he had these engine on a marker on his head and engine print on his chest. I thought my mom was going to have a heart attack. He's like, no, it's just another day at the office. Now, we got an electric smoker. You can tell I've been running all day. We have an electric smoker that my ex's hubby gave us. I haven't used it yet. I may give it a try. I never give up. Now, there are times I've done given up. But that's when I've tried every option possible. And it's like, it's not meant to happen. So. But I never give up. And even when I give up, I don't give up. That's the truth, too. Yeah, good friends and good family does keep it real. I'm at the age now where I just enjoy what I got. I always have. I moan and complain just like everybody else. But I'm pretty tame. I get frustrated kind of easy when it comes to family matters only because I know I could do better or they could do better. But I usually keep everything in check. I like to look at both sides. Man. Everybody's been through something, I'll tell you that. Not too many people I don't know that hasn't been through one thing or another. I had a friend I went to school with, and he was actually adopted by his mom's sister. Same situation as my mom, but not the same situation. My mom was adopted by her mother's sister. But anyways, he actually watched his mom and dad get killed in a car crash in Thailand. And it wasn't good. It was pretty messed up. He was kind of, I gotta give him credit though. He had a sense of humor. Whew, man, he'd have a sense of humor. You could tell there were days that kind of. But everybody's been through something one way or another. Yep, we all been through it. And a lot of people just seem to keep going through it. You just gotta stay faithful. Keep the faith. Yeah, you gotta keep on keeping it on. As we say in the day, keep on trucking. You just keep on trucking. I'm kind of upset. Where's Andrew? Andrew, if you're listening, you better get your butt in here. At least say hi. I'm going to have one more smoke with you guys, and I think we're going to call it at 2. I'm going to go sneaking while everybody's in bed and mop the kitchen floor. I still have a little energy left. Now, see, here's the thing. And bitter is bad, but to let your anger out once in a while is a good thing. I mean, as long as you don't do it on a person that could really, that's not cool. I usually do it in the gym. I'm lagging again. That's really weird. Why am I lagging again? Huh, interesting. It's not my internet. It's just lagging. It's got to be steamier. But you got to let that anger out once in a while. And sometimes you may have to let it on a person, especially if that person deserves it. But you can let your anger out in check too. When I really want to anger it out, I go to the ring. I got a buddy I go and spar with. Or I go work it off in the woods, breaking a few trees, as one might say. I try to never take it. No, I can get pretty mean sometimes. I don't like being cornered. That's when you see me get mad. When somebody corners me, I don't do that. Think of me as that little badger or that coon that you don't want to mess with when he's cornered. Now, being bitter, that's why I've been trying to tell my dad, bless his heart. I mean, it's, life can they throw you curveballs every day. Sometimes you just got to swing. If you hit it, you might get lucky and hit it. You might not. Yeah, see, that's another thing. I don't put up with BS too. I don't like it. And I know, and it's pretty funny because, like most of you people, you know when you're being BS. And there's nothing worse than somebody BSing you, and and they know they're BSing you. I had a friend, a dear friend, and we were friends for a long time. But he just got to the point where I got tired of his BS. Yeah, he just, it's like, dude, man, we've been friends forever. Why do you have to be like this? Yeah. But I'm usually pretty calm. Man, Gemma would tell you it takes a lot to upset me. It does. It does. Unless you're family. Yeah, I'm kind of stern with my kids because I've always tried to teach them that you can always do better. I think that way every day for myself, and I could have done this better. Should have done this. I don't like to dwell on stuff, but if I know I could have done it better, I try to fix it. But there are just some things you got to accept the fact that you cannot fix and move on. Grilled watermelon. Ooh, don't even sound good. He tried to grill a watermelon. It just doesn't sound right. Just doesn't sound right. Now, see, my ex had a temper. He made her mad. Woo-wee. And I find most women like that. Now, my ex was like that. T was like that. She took her a lot to push her over the edge. But when you did, man, it lasted for weeks. Man, they try to grill anything and everything nowadays. Now, when I do have a temper, you get me mad. Yeah, it's not pretty. Because let me put it this way. There was a time in high school actually a couple times in high school. That people have pissed me off. And this one kid, I almost killed him. And I almost went to jail for it. But luckily, things worked out good. I go into detail. But I beat this shit out of him pretty bad. And he was a football player. And this guy was a big guy. And everybody didn't expect it. But I had plenty of witnesses saying, hey, he was just defending himself. I had to fight back. And I didn't want to, but I did. That's when a lot of people realized that, hey, you don't mess with this. And there's people like that. It's the person you least expect. And, every time I hear that song from Jeremy, I think of that day because I could have messed him up bad. I basically did. I broke his nose. He's partially deaf in one ear, but he shouldn't have hit me first, and he shouldn't have drawn blood. That was the mistake. I saw my own blood, and I didn't like that. Yeah, see, that's what I do. I take 2 steps back, but I also take them 2 steps back in my brain. And 1 step forward, you better run. Yeah, the 1 step forward. I didn't even give the guy that chance. I was on him. As soon as I saw my blood, I was on him. Now, see, I have a friend, when he got mad, it was like his eyes just dilated. It looked like it was solid black. You could always tell him. But yeah, that's just your heightened emotion. Some people, you see, and that's another thing. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, my pain's worse than your pain." Well, first of all, I don't like saying that because I go through pain a lot. I'm in pain pretty much off and on during the day. But my way I handle pain is different than the way you guys handle your pain. So I don't like to say, "Oh, my pain's worse than your pain," or compare my pain. I don't like comparing pain because everybody deals with pain differently. Now, I would say I have a really good pain threshold. I've been through a lot, when it comes to pain. It takes a lot for me to show it. Yes, everybody handles it differently. The only time I've ever really showed real pain is I woke up during surgery one time. And and they didn't like that at all. Where did the name Ghost Dragon originate from? Oh, yeah, it's really... actually, in high school, me and a friend of mine, he was one of the football players on Warrington. We grew up together, elementary school, everything, all the way up. And he was the popular kid, everybody hung around with. And they always called me his ghost, which I didn't mind. And then later on, when I started martial arts, I called myself Dragon as a joke one day, and it stuck. And then the ZW is Zen Warrior from Dragon Ball Z. And then when I originally got on, I've been watching YouTube since its conception, off and on. I went as Stephen Lee Davis. That's why I don't mind people saying my name, because I was originally on here as Stephen Lee Davis. And then I went back to using Ghostdragonzw, DragonZW, but Black Dragon was in, and there was a couple other dragons in chat. So I just added the ghost so we could tell each other apart. So I just combined the Ghost Dragon together with the dragons. And toward the end of my days, they got to call me Ghost Dragon because I had a habit of in the ring sneaking in on my opponent when he least expected it. It's hard to do, but it was something I was good at. Come out of nowhere. So it kind of stuck. And then years later, I decided that, hey, this is the perfect time to use it. Everybody's showing up as dragons. That's cool with me. There's a lot of dragons around. So I added the ghost. So that's how I got my name. So it's actually a name that I pretty much have been using off and on. outside of YouTube. Trying to catch up with that in chat here. Well, hi, Lois. I didn't see you. Louise, I didn't see you sneak in. Hello, hon. There you are. Hi. Yeah, I'm going to probably call it in about a couple minutes here. Everybody's hanging out, so when you got 14 people, so I'm just going to hang. If we keep hanging out, I'll hang on. I guess I'm in no rush. Believe it or not, I am going to wait. When I'm done here, I'm going to go mop the floors, and then I'll probably either play a video game till I pass out. Been playing Resident Evil Bio, but I've also been playing some Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. So, oh, you're all right. I'll hang around for a little bit. I usually wing these nights. I think one night we almost were on. I think we were on to almost 3 o'clock one night. So we did 3 hours. It's not Gemma, but I'm lagging between. I pause and read chat and try to keep up with everybody. Like I said, just hang out time. And then, like I said, I still plan on doing that. Yeah, you better get going early day tomorrow. Yeah, you're at the beach. I got to get you up early, make you run. You have a good night, Aunt, and be safe. You too. Have fun. You go find a strong man somewhere on the beach and kick some sand on him for me. You have a good, safe trip. Everybody's having a good time. That's good. Ribs, he's getting the grilled watermelon texture out of my mouth. That's gross. That just doesn't sound right. I'm sorry. Now, I think Blue called it a night, Shelly. He went to go get a Dr. Pepper and call it a night. Yes, you can hit that thumbs up. I'm not a big. I mean, if you want to leave a comment and tell me you liked it, if you didn't, I'm good either way. It just helps out of the rhythm. Like I said, I do this for more than fun on Friday nights. Give everybody a chance who's like me, hanging out in the middle of the night. Good night and sweet dreams to you too, Annie. Auntie Edna. Yeah, forgive me. You folks, you're awesome. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere yet. I figured Louise, this guy here, I figured I'd give it a little time. Like I said, I'm not rushing. I probably will call here pretty soon. Mike, you leaving too? Night, Mike. You have a good one, dude. Please have a good one. Behold a new day. You see, cuts and bruises never bother me. I got my share of bruises, man. Believe me, I can get my share of bruises. Yeah, I think you got to remember, he's looking at homes. He's with friends. About time for a haircut. Getting my bulbs pulled back. Funny thing is, my hair never does the thing. I just don't know what to do with it. You wanted to see something funny. Somebody talked me into getting a perm in 1976, and my hair was real strong. I still had some of the white still in it from the event. And, like the white comes and goes. And they talked me into getting a perm, thinking my whole hair would curl. I only had curls on the side. It only came out on the sides. I don't know if any of you know who Leif Garrett was, but I was getting a lot of those jokes. Look, it's Leif Garrett. You were good and looked at your phone. Yeah, that's my problem. See, I don't. At night, I just avoid my phone. But I never was a big on these things, anyways. I only use it because it's a necessity now. Good luck trying to buy a phone. No, I actually did find a pay phone that worked, which shocked the crap out of me. Mosquitoes, they're going to be bad this year, dude. They're going to be bad. All bugs are going to be bad this year. We've already, I mean, we getting those damn pea ants. That's what I call them, the little tiny ants. Man, those guys, whew, they're a pain sometimes. Whoever won the Nobel Prize, they probably got one. You had to plug it in. See, now, I've had so many surgeries. You know, I had 2 hip replacements, a neck replaced. And it's funny because I don't like painkillers. They would freak out. And what I do, so I'm used to the painkillers, I'd let them give me a couple painkillers before surgery. Not like right before, a couple days, so I get my body used to them. Problem is, I don't do really good under anesthesia. I mean, they almost have to kill me to knock me out. Because I've broken up in the middle of rocking, started rocking in the middle of surgery, or waking up. I've woken up in the middle of surgery. they tend to almost kill me to do surgery, even on small surgery. And then I'll take my painkiller, like both the hips and the neck. I took painkillers for like 3 days after the surgery, and it hurt. I hurt, but I stopped right after that. After those 3 days, and they were like, "You're not going to finish them?" I said, "No, I have no intention to." You got to be in pain. I go, "Yeah, I hurt, but the more I move, the happier I am. You can't do that when you're all, blue, green eyes, those death kid, rich. Yeah, I know a lot of kids like that too. White as a ghost. Always sing. Poster child, yeah. Actually, if I was out in the sun, I tan real easy, so it doesn't take much for me to get burnt. There's no seams go right through the window screens. Yep. I'm trying to catch up. Everybody's slowly getting ready to move along. I don't blame everybody. It's getting late. I probably will call it here soon. Yeah, my dad smokes cigars. You want to stay away from the bugs, stay away from him, just sit next to my dad. Team you got to watch those companies. I keep warning Jimmy about them. You know, it is a Chinese company. But so far, everything I've heard has been about fair. They do all right. And there's been some problems, but for the most part, people are getting what they order. I always wear at least 4 because I'm older than you. So, here, 10 after 5 after 2. I guess I could have looked at the screen, buddy. So what else is going on, folks, before we call it a night? Been trying to read chat. I like these because they're nice and casual. People come and go. We're not really fixated on any one conversation. We kind of bounce around. And that makes it cool. Just like when we're with Gemma on Mondays. And she's at mommy's house. And a little boy graduated today. It cracks me up. I'm glad they do that, though. I mean, it's cool. To me, I was just excited to go to the next year. Actually, mosquitoes love me, too, and I hate it. But they always fly around like this after they bite me. I should have bit him. I should have bit him. I can't stop. You know, my dad likes Coronas. He's a Corona guy. He likes his Corona cigars. Though he does like the Churchills, too. Big old cigar once in a while. That's another thing. It's like, yeah, it is. Yeah. Sometimes he uses a cigar holder because he likes to really gnaw on his cigar. So he uses a holder so he don't gnaw on it too bad. And they lost that. They lost the cigar cutter. I mean, they lost a bunch of piddly stuff. Like, what the hell, man? I was missing knickknacks out of my knickknack. It's like they helped themselves to my knickknack drawer. They broke a Batman that belonged to my buddy, my dad, my son. They broke this Batman statue that was metal. They broke the hand off, and then they tried to glue it back. And it was not going to stick, it's metal. And then they tried to tape it with the glue on it to see if it would dry with the glue, with the tape on it to hold it in place. Apparently it didn't hold, so they stuck a note on it saying, oh, it was broken when we got it. Well, you know, that actual collector figure is actually going for like almost $500 now. He's pissed. I'm trying to read everybody. No, Ecstasy. There's some nice stuff on Ecstasy. I've seen some nice stuff. I wasn't really hip with the fact that Gemma went to that whole merch thing. Oh, by the way, please check out her merch on Jive Creations. I should have put that link in here. Actually, hold on one second. For the remainder people, let me do this real quick. Wait, banners. Let's do this. Let's switch this banner. This right here is where you can get Gemma merch from Arisha. I'm telling you, man, that stuff is some nice stuff. I really like that stuff. But yeah, go to that right there, Facebook Jive Creations. Check out Gemma merch, and she also does really nice personal stuff. So you can pretty much make whatever you ask. I mean, when it comes to blankets and cups and stuff, I was really impressed. She's basically doing what I wanted to do in the day, even though I still got to be a screen printer or a textile printer, you know, because I made transfers for airwaves. I missed that job, but they sold the company, went digital. I don't know. Ghost guys. Is she going to have ghost guys? You talking about me or ghost guys? I'm lost there. She did a couple dragon stuff. I don't know if any of that will be on her merch, on Gemma's merch. But I like the stuff she did for Gemma. It looks good. She did a fantastic job. But yeah, I mean, if you could check it out, that's why I put it up there. I should have put it up there earlier instead of what I usually put up there. But yeah, I was really pleased with what she sent Gemma. That when she opened all that stuff, I was like, wow, looks good. But then again, I was impressed anyway. She sent me some stuff. The shirt's hers. I really like what she did. And of course, hey, let the dude out of the basement shirt was a big. I wear that out, and then everyone going, oh, that's such a cool shirt. Who's Ghostdragonzw? I am. Though I've actually had people recognize me, which freaks me out. I didn't. That's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm always out though. I'm everywhere. If I'm not here cleaning and working, I'm out in the car running errands. Always good on. Now moving on. Yeah, it sucks. Hey man, just keep moving on. Keep the faith. Buy everything dinner time. Yeah, everybody's talking about food. I'm gonna have to have a late night snack. I'm really gonna. I really should mop the floors. I'm tired. Goes, yes, something with you on it. Yeah, I don't. I know she got this stuff. I don't know if she's got this on. And we'll have it in the merch store. I never asked her. Oh, how did I get to know Gemma? Actually, I like watching small channels. So what I do is I just start just working YouTube, running channels. And I like to watch small guys and try to watch them grow. You know, like channels that are just beginning to grow. And actually, I stumbled on the Gemma when she, I think it was like her first or second video. And I mean, it was literally had just come out. And she was talking about getting scammed. And I felt so bad for her. And then I just started watching because that was when she was doing the addict thing, trying to help addicts and doing conversation about what's going on. And then I watched her switch over. Then I watched her switched over to the true crime stuff. And then Steve, because I watched Steve, and I didn't know she had any ties with Steve, that she was writing for Steve. So it was kind of funny. It all kind of intertwined. Well, when she first started giving personal readings, she gave me a personal reading. And we talked in chat and stuff. She knew who I was pretty much. But she gave me a personal reading. I was like a few of the first people she gave personal readings to. And I wanted to, let her know how I thought of it. So I took Dad to the dentist. And I was sitting in the parking lot and I go, well, you know what? I'll just make a video and send her a video of what I thought of her reading. And it really freaked her out. She was like, I never had anybody send me a video telling me what they thought of my reading. And we've been friends ever since. We talk just about every day. I think today was one of the rare days where we barely talked, but she was busy. I was running around. But we basically talk every day. She's a good friend. Care about her a lot. I'm sure she cares about me, but yeah. And we've just been friends ever since. Yeah, she's become my little buddy, my little Jersey girl. Yeah, that's how we met. It just all kind of lined right up. But yeah, she's a sweetie. I really hope things go good for her. I try to be there for her as much as I can. But yeah, and then I had been on YouTube before when Sean G, Chasing the Truth, did his live phone calls. I would call in and tell some of my encounters. In fact, some of the encounters she got was only because I started opening up with Sean. And then I started talking to her. And then she had me come on SRR with her that one night, which was a trip because she ended up losing internet and I ended up stuck by myself trying to keep things going. It was kind of an interesting night, but I had fun. I really enjoyed talking to John Hudson. But we had a good night. It was not bad. It was kind of crazy. It just kept going from there. Then she finally asked me if I would come in and take the list for her. She tried to get somebody to help her keep the list during Wednesday nights. And, I think Grey Wolf tried to help her. And then she did it by herself. And I know even when you don't have a whole lot of people, it can get kind of crazy, people coming and going. That even drives me nuts once in a while. But I finally said, well, if you want me to help you, I will. We'd been talking almost every day. And she said, yeah, I would appreciate that. But yeah, she had to really fight to get me on SR. Talking on the phone with somebody over the internet is one thing, but to show your face. And I was really shocked at the treatment I got from everybody when I popped on SR, and I really appreciated it. Everybody was so kind and nice to me. It's just like that since. I don't mind being on YouTube. My biggest problem is my talking and my speech can get a little sometimes, so I don't worry about my legs. I don't care how, I'm just a guy. Try to look respectable. Now, I try to wear the ties during the shows because I think it just looks nice. Makes it look nice here. Hey, at least my co-host can dress up for me. But yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. We've been friends, I'd say now, she would tell you about 1.5 years, 2 years, but it's been a little over 2 years now. She's a good person. I think a lot of her. Like I said, we talk every day. And one of the day was a rare day. I think I heard from her this morning. I couldn't get back to her until later tonight. It was probably about 8 or 9 o'clock when I finally was able to reach out to her. But we usually talk every day. You do a good job. Well, I'll tell you what, keeping that list can be crazy sometimes. You can tell. Sometimes I get frustrated. You can tell all of a sudden I get quiet. It's people coming and going, and I'm trying to make sure who's here, who's not here. There's some people just stop and say hi, and I know that. But there's sometimes those same people say, hey, I want to have reading. So you gotta. So I try to be fair to everybody, and I've made mistakes. I've missed people, and I had to go back and go, oops, I did. So I know what she goes through when she was doing it by herself. Now imagine doing that by yourself and doing the cards. I can tell it. There were nights when she was doing it by herself that was like, man, I can't keep up. Hats and bandanas. I don't know if you probably asked her, she'd probably make hats and bandanas. Trying to read everybody a bit talking. But yeah, that's how I got to know her. I gave you a long story, but I'm just trying to kill time. Yeah, she's a character. I love her dead. No, but like I said, she is something else. She's a special person. Tell you what, I know a lot of people. In fact, I know a couple other people that like her. Read cards and do all that, pick up stuff. She's like a friend of mine that I had grown up with a lot with that talent. They both scare me sometimes because like, you know too much. Shut up. I'll have to put you under. I wouldn't do that though. So how many we got left? We still got 11 people watching. I think I'm getting kind of boring now, ain't I? Rambling. No, I don't ramble like Gemma does, but tonight this one song keeps going through my head, and I kind of guess I kind of go to my reading. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you showed up too, Shelley. I wouldn't call me amazing. I'm a little goofy, a little weird, a little old, but I'm just your everyday human. I don't even know if I am at that sometimes. So who's else? Let's see. AK Willie. He's probably eating. Not fair. I'm going to find food before I do anything. Right? Everybody made me hungry talking crab cakes and ribs, smoked cheese. I'm an amazing ghost. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I am. I'm just an average guy. Like I said, despite what crazy things I've seen over the years and my own personal physical health issues and stuff, I can't complain about my life. My life has been good. Yeah, I've seen, everybody has their goods and their bads, and seen their scaries and had their triumphs. But I've had a pretty good life. I can't complain. I wouldn't go back and change anything. Not at all. People always say, what would you do if you go back, or what age would you go back to? I'd go back. I'm perfectly content. If I do anything, there was probably a couple of experiences I'd like to relive again that I'll probably never get a chance to again. But other than that, I wouldn't go back. No reason to. There's so much to look forward to going forward. Even if it drives you nuts doing it. Life is meant to have bumpy roads every so often. That's how you learn and grow. I always say, and people hate it when I say it, but no pain, no gain sometimes. Sometimes it takes a little pain to gain some knowledge and wisdom. And it's not good, but sometimes it's thrown away. Like I said, every day is a learning day. And I still can't believe I got people. I don't know if the people are 11. If you 11 people are really watching, do me a favor and make sure you hit that thumbs up for me. I'd appreciate it. Let's see. Every time I try to get on YouTube, I always end up slacking. It's really weird because I don't have this problem when I'm with Gemma. I still have 11 people watching. 19 likes. Wow. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Like I said, I'm just getting back in the groove again tonight because it's been off and on. Ooh, interesting, Vixen. I don't think I changed anything. I really don't. I still have plenty of options. Like I said, if certain things don't happen when Dad moves on to his next life, or even before that, and I can't decide what I want to do or want to do what I want to do, I will probably go join the monastery and live my rest of my days there. I've seen a lot, been through a lot. I don't like saying been through a lot. I've just seen a lot. Seen enough to know. And I've tried to help as many people on the way as I could. And I think once I get to that point, I'm just going to sit back and try to take a little care of myself. I do that too now. Just it's a little harder. At the last few months, it's been hard to really focus on me. Riding mower with a cup and a beer holder. There you go. You know, that's the one thing I do love. People crack up in this house. Here's the thing. In this family, all the men seem to end up passing cutting grass. But I love cutting grass. There's something about taking out lawnmower and pushing out lawnmower. I don't need a rider mower. I'd rather push it. I don't care how big the yard is. I had a big yard when I was married with the ex. And everybody said, my dad even gave me a riding mower. And I said, nope, you can keep it. I'm not going to push it. I like pushing the mower. You can put a beer holder on that too. I said no, but maybe I should have said yes. Hey, there might have been a reason why you said no. Yeah, there's some things I wish I probably would have agreed to back in the day that probably would have led me on a different path. But you know what? I look back now and I said, and I wouldn't have met Gemma. Probably wouldn't have met my ex, and had the 3 kids that I had. I love them dearly. Now I'm kind of glad I didn't make certain decisions that I probably should have then. I might have been a little better off, but now I'm happy. Everything went good. Everything's still going good. I worry about the old man, but, he's had a good life too, despite what he thinks. We're all safe. We're all secure for now. There's no reason to complain. Well, there is a lot of reason, considering the state of the world. I guess there is plenty of reasons to complain. They build and have no problem. I'm telling you what, there's some goofy inventions out there that probably should win Nobel Prizes. The clapper. There's still old people to this day discovering the clapper. Clapper, lights on, lights off. Remember those yet? Hey, I actually had a friend that went out and bought a pet rock. And I'm like, you were that dumb. Well, he goes, we'll be worth money one day. And I go, no, I don't think your rock is going to be worth money one day unless it's a crystal. Window screens. I miss a lot of stuff like that. Nothing like, when I used to go to White Castles, and White Castles were actually 10 cents a pop, 25 cents a pop. Get cigarettes for $1. I remember those days. Gas for $1. When they started going over $1 for gas, I was like, nope, this is not good. Yeah, I think I'm getting ready to call it. I appreciate everybody hanging out. I want everybody to have a wonderful night. Rest of the night. Depending on where you're at, day, night, morning, afternoon. Someday yesterday, someday in the future. I hope you're all doing good. Have an enjoyable weekend. Have an enjoyable weekend. Much love to you all. And I'll probably see you all Monday in Gemma Premiere chat. She told me what it was, and I forgot. She's going to kill me. But I will see you Monday at 11, probably in her chat. Your premiere chat. I miss White Castle. I love White Castles. I literally have like 3 of them right around me. I have my choice. But thank you very much, Vixen. I'm glad you all came and hang out. And like I said, now that we're getting back in the swing again and everything, hopefully we can make Saturdays work too. Thank you, Ghost. Yes, you're welcome. And thank you, folks, for hanging out. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the weekend. And I'll see you. If I don't see you Monday, I'll see you Wednesday. And I don't know what the deal's on Thursday yet. And then remember, Gemma's got her books. She's got her $20 half price personal readings. So GemmaJade at Gmail, GemmaJadeParanormal.com, Gmail. And she still does the spirit boxes and her books. I like her books. In fact, I just finished rereading one of them. I think, Shadows. Nice that everybody came in. I'm kind of dingling. I'm going to try to end it right at 2:30 or so, 3 minutes ago. And I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Remember us on Monday. Remember Gemma on Monday. Because I do this on her channel for a reason. So, remember to hit her up. Donations are a big help, folks. I don't like asking for money, but that's what keeps her channel going, keeps her going. SteamYard's not cheap. These things are not cheap. Well, I wouldn't say they're not cheap, but it takes money to do this. So, make sure if you got a little extra spare, throw a donation toward her. One way or another. If not, that's fine too. She's not going to be upset with you. But, money ain't that great on YouTube. And right now, that's her career. So, but, like I said, I don't like asking for money. I know she don't really either. But this is how she makes her living. So, and I do this for her, basically. Like I said, I'm good right now. I'm just hanging. So you guys have a wonderful night. See you Monday. If I don't see you Monday, I'll see you Wednesday. If I don't see you Wednesday, maybe Thursday. And then if not Wednesday or Thursday, I will see you Friday night. Because I will be here next Friday. And hopefully a little bit more livelier. And now that I'm back in the swing again, thank God, things are calming down here. I should be a lot easier to go along. Oh, she knows. She knows I enjoy doing it too. You guys all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to boot my butt out of here. And now that everybody's made me hungry, I'm going to go find something to nibble on and try to see if I can get myself to crash. You guys have a wonderful night. God bless you all, and I'll see you Monday. Have a good one. Take care.